Brad Melke is following this United Airlines story. Good morning, Brad Melke.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's the latest?
Well, the latest is that the Department of Transportation is now getting involved. They are investigating this incident. And the CEO of United, after calling that passenger, David Dow, disruptive and belligerent, well, now he's changing his tune. He spoke to ABC News this morning, said he owes the passenger an apology. He owes an apology to everyone on that flight. And he owes an apology to his employees because clearly he says there are policy issues that they need to change. He's talking about a number of ways in which they're going to try to ensure this doesn't happen again, apart from just the bungling of the message that sent the stock price of the company diving yesterday.
It actually rebounded a little bit, but what the CEO, it's with his classic Saturday Night Live skits. What were you thinking putting out a statement saying, I defend my employees and our policies, and this guy, our employees did what they should have done?
Yeah, he said, I emphatically stand behind all of you, but that implicit in that was the idea that we did nothing wrong, and that's what really sort of got the flames swirling yesterday because, as people on Twitter were pointing out gleefully, they said, I would be acting belligerent too after you told me I was being kicked off this flight. That sparked a whole hashtag, New United Airlines mottos. Some of them, you can't beat our prices, but we'll beat you. I mean, things like this that were swirling around Twitter yesterday. It was just a very bad PR day, especially for the PR team, for the CEO that just won a communications award from a PR firm.
So what should they have done, according to the CEO, now that he's changed his tune?
Well, he says, first of all, we're never, ever going to use law enforcement to take a bumped passenger off a flight again. If somebody's acting, belligerently or actually being disruptive just while everyone else is minding their business, that's one thing. But if they're trying to convince someone to leave a flight that they're being involuntarily bumped off of, they're not calling in the cops again. That is one thing. The other thing is this whole idea of they bump passengers at the gate all the time, and there's a whole sort of incentive thing that goes on where they try to get volunteers. But once you're in your seat, he acknowledges, once you're buckled in, your suitcases are on board, well, your incentive structure changes, right? I mean, you should be offered more money for that. And he says, yeah, that is the case, and we should take a look at that going forward.
What about the feds? The feds are really going to look at this? I mean, is this the thing where the feds need to get involved?
Well, there are federal guidelines for bumping passengers involuntarily, right? There's a passenger bill of rights that tells you what you're allowed to do, but there are also policies that say what airlines are allowed to do. Part of that involves offering a certain amount of money to people to take them off the flights that they're on, and that's gotten a lot of criticism. Chris Christie, practically a member of the Trump administration at points during the transition, he called up Elaine Chao, the head of the Department of Transportation, and he said, you've got to change this rule, that the idea that you can get bumped off a flight after you've been allowed on board needs to change. So they're also getting flack from Democrats who are calling for a review in the rules. So it's not as if there's no pressure here. There's a lot of people who are answering to voters that are kind of outraged over this policy that is just really sprung to light, I think, for quite a few flyers.
Well, it was shocking. Politicians want to jump in and pound on airlines. Boy, that's really taking a tough stand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Brad Melke, ABC News correspondent in New York, following this United Airlines, really a national story. I mean, everyone's talking about it. Brad, thanks for checking in.
Thanks, guys.
You got it. 624 here, Big 550 KTRS. This new CEO of United Airlines, Munoz, got the job because the last guy got in trouble. And we found this out through the Bridgegate investigation, that one of Chris Christie's people pressured United Airlines to have a flight from New York to Columbia, South Carolina, because that's where he had his vacation home.
Wait, hold on. One of Chris Christie's people?
One of Chris Christie's people. Not Chris Christie, but right, one of Chris Christie's people, one of his higher-ups. I just read this this morning, that had a vacation home in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. United Airlines had a flight from like Newark to South Carolina that wasn't profitable, so they wanted to cancel it. And this guy's like, "Don't cancel it. I use this for my vacation home." So they pressured United, and United kept this flight going for the sole purpose of this person. And when it was revealed during the whole Bridgegate scandal, the CEO of United was clearly embarrassed and had to resign in a disgrace for, sort of doing a special favor for somebody.
That's really... Unbelievable.
How's that for a story, right?
Oh
my goodness. All right, 626 here, Big 550 KTRS. I told you about my neighbor, right, who bought this smoker, this electric smoker, and then went up to a Menino's. And then Carmen at Menino's, he says, hey, listen to this. He says, hey, I'm McGraw's neighbor, Alan, and I just bought a smoker. Can you tell me some good meat, and you help me with some good meat so I can smoke the meat? So Carmen, being the nice man that he is, like, oh my goodness, you need to do this, you need to do this, and let me give you some of this, and let me give you some of that. Then my neighbor goes home, cooks it up, and then knocks on my door. And I was like, hey, listen, here's this meat from Menino's. They totally took care of me. I was like, wait a minute. You're making better meat than me for my guy?
Hey, he shared it with you.
He was rubbing it in my nose.